This message is protected by
family.
It's a warm summer day on June 24, 2015. You're patiently waiting for the newest attraction to the Universal Studio Tour. Your hands start to tingle as you get more and more excited. Tomorrow is race day, and this is your final opportunity of becoming a part of the family. You close your eyes. You wake up, and it is now June 25, 2015. Fast and Furious Supercharged is now open. Because you were a part of Universal Studios Hollywood's media list, you were invited to the grand opening celebration. And there he is, the bald man himself, Dominic Toretto. With an incredible grand opening, it sets the bar high for this new attraction coming to the studio tour. But what's this? No way. As Dominic Toretto gets ready to open this new attraction, the grand opening is delayed by a bunch of FBI members. The FBI member states that all of the cars displayed are stolen property. And as they remove Dominic Toretto off the stage, Dom refuses. He takes his car, drives off, and crashes his car straight through the amazing Fast and Furious Supercharged sign. And with that being done, Fast and Furious Supercharged is now open. You are now able to board the world-famous Universal Studio Tour and experience the best attraction ever, Fast and Furious Supercharged. After the magnificent grand opening celebration, you happily board the Universal Studio Tour. And while driving up to the attraction, the FBI interrupts again, stating that there's a protected witness of the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And the FBI delays your experience again. You start to become furious. The studio tour drives faster. This is our turf. The FBI states that Owen Shaw is coming for that witness. Aside from that, we have no other information. The studio tour driver takes us into some suspicious looking garage. It's called Sullivan Truck Repair. And we stay here to hide. But no way. You are filled with excitement because Roman Pierce is here to save the day. You love Roman Pierce because he is a part of the Fast and Furious franchise. This is already becoming the best attraction ever. Okay, I'm going to stop with this and actually talk about Fast and Furious Supercharged. I think that introduction was a little too long, 2 minutes and 18 seconds to be precise. Now, Fast and Furious opened at Universal Studios Hollywood to be the grand finale of the world-famous studio tour. They put a lot of work and effort into creating this attraction, and they originally advertised this attraction to be a part of the Fast and Furious series. The whole idea of the attraction was to put you in the shoes of Dominic Toretto and his early days of street racing. I'm not sure exactly what happened to that original idea, but it was scrapped immediately. Instead, what Universal brought to us is something completely different. The new story of the Fast and Furious attraction puts you on board the world-famous studio tour in the Universal Studios backlot. While passing Colonial Street, you go up a hill and notice Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger. Your studio tour guide becomes suspicious and calls security. Security later replies, saying that the Dodge Charger belongs to Dominic Toretto and he's not allowed to be in the backlot. So from that point forward, the studio tour resumes, and you're later interrupted by the security guard once again, this time patching you in with an FBI agent. This agent later informs you that there's a protected witness of the Federal Protection Program, and they need to get you to safety. Then Luke Hobbs hacks into your video system and tells the guests that they're going to be relocating the studio tour into a protected area, this time by Dom and his family. As you pull into the protected area, you later greet Roman Pierce and Letty. They let the guests know to turn off their phones and everything will be okay. You pull into the next room of the attraction and there's a dance party going on. The FBI finds your location and shuts down the party. You now greet Agent Novak in person. And in this scene of the Fast and Furious attraction, Universal uses the Pepper's Ghost effect to create the illusion that all of these characters are right in front of you. Universal feels very proud about using this effect because every studio tour guide always announces, look, this is not 3D, don't put on your 3D glasses, to hopefully wow the guests in the crowd. Back to the story. Roman Pierce walks in with two girls and asks where the party went, and Agent Novak appears in person and points a gun at Roman Pierce. He tells Roman Pierce to go on the ground, but they actually cut the words and changed the script about a year later. Agent Novak now says,
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
What, I know it.
That's right, party's over.
No.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not
You're under arrest right now.
Instead of
Roman Pierce, FBI, on the ground.
Ma'am?
On the ground, do it now.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not...
On the ground, right now.
Ladies,
I could see why they changed it, but I don't understand why they cut Roman Pierce saying, "Where did all the girls go?"
and where the other girls?
Roman Pierce.
This is the race day after party, and where the other girls?
Roman
Anyways, moving on with the story. Later on, Roman says, "First of all, I don't work for you." Novak says, "Well, who do you work for?" Then Dominic Toretto and Letty pop out of the ground, and Dominic Toretto says, "We don't work for nobody." And yes, that's the best impression I got on Dominic Toretto. Then Novak tries to intimidate them by saying he has a gun. Then Luke Hobbs pops out of nowhere and announces that his is bigger.
That's what she said.
And from this point forward, the attraction is ruined because Roman picked up his phone and Shaw was able to track them down. Letty then gets mad and says, "Hey, why didn't you silence your phone? Why didn't you turn off your phone? It was on vibrate. No one cares. Turn off your phone."
It was on vibrate.
Anyways, you move on to the attraction, and I think you guys know what happens next. Ride or die. Now, the point of this video is to tell you that this is the best attraction Universal has ever created. They put a lot of time and effort into creating this amazing attraction inside of Universal Studios Hollywood. And you know, this experience is so good that they made it a whole ride at Universal Studios Florida. This time, replacing outdated experiences like Beetlejuice and Disaster. Vin Diesel describes this attraction being immortal and amazing and immersive.
It was new territory to create something immortal like this, something as immersive as this, that all the fans of our franchise can actually live through and be a part of.
He describes that something like this has never been done before, and I have to agree with him. They casted most of the Fast and Furious crew to create a whole new attraction for the studio tour. Imagine how difficult it was for him to get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to be a part of this. The amount of hard work, the amount of dedication, you see, that's just amazing to me. And here's Chick Russell from Universal Creative to tell you a little bit more about Fast and Furious Supercharged.
You can imagine if you try to shoot an experience like we're creating here of driving through the streets of LA at 120 miles an hour with the actors and the cars and special effects, that it would be impossible to shoot.
Now that's incredible to me, Russell. The fact that they were able to pull off a studio tour driving 120 miles per hour down Los Angeles, it's just almost impossible, but they were somehow able to achieve it. And here are some final words from Dominic Toretto himself.
Who knew that in 2023 that we would need a saga like this to remind us how important family is?
I hope you know this video was just a joke. I don't mean anything I said in this video. But yeah, go check out Fast and Furious X in theaters now. Or don't. More power to you.